Hello and welcome to episode 61.
Yeah, 61. Yep.
61 of Wrong End of the Stick podcast with me, your bar humbug co-host Zach Eaton, and the Crimbo spirit of joy, Jonathan Nimmo, here today.
Hello. And Merry Christmas to you, Scrooge.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Oh dear. Right, we haven't got much of a plan today, have we? We've decided we're going to do a
Not at all.
Christmas special with absolutely no prep, no planning whatsoever, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, not that we put a lot of planning and prep into it anyway, but there we go. But I do have a question for you because there has been some cricket happening, and we had a quick chat about this game when it was on midway through. So India are touring Australia right now. So there's a 4-test tour going on. Did you see the result of that test match? Because we talked about it at the end of the 2, I think. Did you see what happened in the end of it? Because that went crazy, that test.
I actually didn't. So I was pretty predisposed with other things. So I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't. I let the side down there. But talk us through it. What happened?
Well, we last spoke about it when India had got 244 in their first innings and done pretty well, and Australia had come up a little shorter than they probably would have liked at 191 off their first innings. And I think we spoke at the end of one day when India were 9 for 1. They just lost one wicket right at the end of the day, as often happens in these tests. So they already had a lead of about 62. And then India's second innings, well, it was record-breaking in a particular direction. They scored 36 runs in total.
What?
They didn't have a single batsman get to double figures.
What?
They were all out for 36. It was literally like Hazelwood and Cummings just absolutely ripped through them. And oh my word, yeah. So Josh Hazelwood bowled 5 overs and took 5 wickets for 8 runs, which is just utterly crazy. A wicket and over against the Indian Test team. I mean, that's just absolutely mental. And Pat Cummins took 4 for 21. So yeah, and then basically Australia just cruised to it. They only needed 93 off their second innings and cruised to it. And got 93 for 2 at the end. So. But yeah, it was just that utter collapse by the Indian Test team. It's just crazy.
Well, so Hazelwood and Cummins, obviously pace bowlers on the Aussie side.
Yeah.
What were they just whipping out some random spin? What were they doing? Were they like?
No, I mean it was just very good fast bowling. They didn't bowl any spin at all. I mean, it was all done in 16 overs. Yeah, so literally, like, it's 16 overs and it was done. They lost every wicket within that time, and that's just... Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that? That's a test innings over in less than a 2020 game.
That's just mad. So I'd be interested to hear what... Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what anybody's thoughts are on the game, really, and what went wrong, because that just seems...
Well, it's
astounding.
I think the thing is, after a certain point, it becomes. I mean, the fact that it was from what I've seen and what I've heard, and I've only seen sort of odd highlights of it. It was very good fast bowling by the Australians, but I swear it becomes more of a mentality thing, doesn't it? And what is going through your mind? You're coming in. Say you're in the middle order in that Indian team. You're coming in and you've just seen your top 5 out for basically no runs. I don't know. It's a really interesting thought of what is your mentality going out there. Do you just go out and think, God, I just have to survive? And does that just then you're tense? You're not playing your shots naturally. You're really nervous, and does that cramp you up a bit more? Or do you go out there thinking, well, I'm going to have a swing at things and try and get us back on track? And does that lead to you getting out? Well, probably, it depends on your personality, I guess. But I think there's a certain point where coaches can't do anything at that point, can they? They've just got to let the players try and deal with it as best they can. And
yeah, I mean, it's just it just sounds like it was just a complete kind of collapse. And I think as the confidence of the bowlers is going up and up and up, like you say, seeing your top order batsman just getting absolutely decimated, and barely putting their helmets back on before they're back out.
Yeah, I mean, if your players there who are your senior players, Pujara lasted 8 balls, didn't get any runs. Kohli lasted 8 balls, only got 4. Rahane got 4 balls. Like these are good top quality batsmen that are just lasting no time at all. Well, you're then going to come in and think, oh my God, what am I going to do? So yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. But I mean, well done to the Australians. That's a position where after one innings you would rather have been the Indians at that point.
Yeah.
And India were probably looking at that thinking, we get 200 and, pressure's on Australia, they're probably not going to catch us. But that kind of, and that collapse in that dramatic a way is probably going to have a big impact on the rest of the series as well, you would think. So it's going to be really interesting to see how India bounce back from that.
Yeah, I bet some pretty serious words from Kohli in the dressing room after that. But yeah, be interested to see what kind of happens from here on out.
Yeah, and if you do want to watch the second test, that starts, and that's the Boxing Day test this year. So that's on Boxing Day in Melbourne. So yeah, that'll be some interesting watch. I mean, it starts at 11:30 on Christmas Day for us. So if you want to watch through the night, that would be interesting watching. But yeah, just to see how India react to that, and yeah, what happens for it would be very interesting.
Kind of hoping they bounce back, to be honest.
Well, the other interesting thing is that in the second test, India are not going to have Virat Kohli or Mohammad Shami, which doesn't exactly strengthen your team when you're taking out, 2 of the best players in the world from your team. So that's going to be, that's going to be a pretty big ask of the Indians. But they need to just dig in and bat long and hard as far as they can, really. Even if they lose, they've got to go show some guts doing it, haven't they? Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble.
Good stuff.
I know.
Man.
I know. Crazy test. I couldn't believe it when I literally just I hadn't watched it up to that point. I was like, oh, I'll just have a look, see what's happened, and then literally India were gone. I was like, oh my word, it's just crazy. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah, some dramatic scenes in the international cricket scene.
Yeah, man. I wonder what they're going to be doing for their Secret Santa this year. Oh dear. Right. So, shall we do the Umpire Strikes Back?
Let's do
new feature.
Yes, let's do the Umpire Strikes Back. Did we speak to legal about getting the
legal? I mean, I have to say the legal department is pretty much me. So no, I haven't had a word with myself yet. I've been too busy also being the editing department and marketing,
the content department, the producer, the creative director, pretty much all of it, really.
Yeah, so I've not actually had a chance to speak to myself about legal yet, but yeah, maybe in the new year we'll look at doing that and see what we can do.
We've got the t-shirts, we might as well branch out, have a whole squad, yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you want to go first this week? I went first last week, so.
Okay, I think you might get this one.
Okay.
So for my Umpire Strikes Back, and the reason why I say this is because this was, I think, famously something that was looked upon in a game. Anyway. So the wicketkeeper anticipates a run out. So he drops his glove, ready to collect the ball. And he just basically hurls it at the stumps.
What, his glove?
So he drops his glove.
Yeah.
Ready to collect the ball.
Yeah. So
anticipating where the ball is going and hurls the glove at the stumps. So his throw's perfect, hits the glove, which then in turn dislodges the bails.
Mm-hmm.
Is it out or is it in? Is it in or is it out?
Let me get this straight. So the keeper's dropped his gloves, run to pick up the ball, thrown the ball at the stumps. but it's hit the glove that he's left discarded by the wickets, and it's deflected off that into the stumps.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's basically,
Yeah.
if you imagine like his gloves next to at the point that the ball is hitting the glove, there's no wicket keeper to be seen. It's just a glove.
Yeah.
The glove then goes on after the impact of the ball hits the wickets, dislodges the bail, but there's no wicket keeper attached to that glove.
No.
Is it out or not out?
I think that's not out. I think that's five runs. I think because it's hit an object that's in the field, I don't think that can be out. That definitely can't be out. I wouldn't be giving that out, and I don't know the law properly here, but I'm learning. But if I was umpiring and that happened to me, I would not be giving that out. Because if I was batting and that happened to me, I would be fuming, and there's no way that I would be accepting that decision. So yeah, I'm going for not out.
Well, you are 150% correct. It is not out, and the award of 5 penalty runs to the batting side, as you also stated.
Take that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got any sound effects ready today, but yeah, I will take that.
Take that, definitely. Had the glove fallen off by mistake, however, it would have been fine.
Oh, interesting. I would have got that wrong, but I'm glad you didn't say it like that, because I'd have given the same decision either way.
But because it was a deliberate, the keeper's taken his glove off, which he's put that object, I think we discussed a little bit about this last week as well. He's put that object on the ground, intentionally. So by that then being hit and taking the bails off, it's 5 runs not out and 5 runs to the batting side.
Excellent. No, that's good. I like that. I like it. Well, I've got one for you now. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
So, spin bowler is just coming up to bowl, and just as he is about to release the delivery, the batsman is distracted and scared by a wasp. So this is not unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
So slow bowler just releases the ball. Batsman very distracted, waving his arms around, as everyone does when there's a wasp around.
Yeah.
And he accidentally, with his hand, knocks off the bails. The bowling team appeal. What happened?
Okay, so the ball's been released. When has the wasp been involved with the batsman?
Just pretty much as the bowler is running up, and just as he releases the ball, the batsman starts flailing.
And the batsman hits the bails with his
the batsman hits the bails with his hand as he's like swiping it around. It's a tricky one, this one, actually. I've gone quite tough for you this week.
I think it's out, I think it's out. And the reason I say it's out is that, like before, if the batsman waved about before release, knocked off the bails, or even put his hand up to stop play, then I think that's fine. If there's a kind of wasp there, you either need to say before it's released,
so if the wasp just arrives as the guy, as the bowler releases his delivery, does that change your answer?
No, I think once it's released, I don't know if an insect counts as okay, it's a wasp, they hurt, right? But I think once it's gone, you've either got to defend and keep your composure until you've defended it, stay safe in your crease and flail about all you want, as long as you're behind the line and in your safe zone. Then flail, do a dance. We've all been there. It's fine. But I think
you do flail when there's no wasp around. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't even need a reason. But I think if he's knocked the bails off with his hand. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to stick with it. I think you would have to call it out.
No, that's not the case. No, basically because the wasp has caused clear distress and he's obviously not ready to take the delivery, you just call a dead ball and you get rid of the wasp and start again.
even though it's released.
Well, it's basically, yeah. If
My
he's like quite
goodness.
clearly not in a position to like take the ball, it's not as if he's just, you know. So
Well,
yeah.
some of these Sunday village cricket sledges cause me distress. Like, what can I just call it then after? Oh, sorry, he was
Well,
taking the mick out of me there. I'm distressed.
oh, I think you're being very harsh there. But yeah, basically that's your issue. So yeah, no, sorry, that's a win for me on that one.
Well, there you
Yeah,
go then.
there we go. I've got a bonus one for you as well. Do you want a bonus one
I
because
do because I
just
feel
because it's
I feel
Christmas?
yeah, I love that. Yep.
Okay. So, oh, this is quite. I'm going to go quite simple. You could make this quite a long scenario if you wanted to, but basically, a batsman has hit the ball out into the deep, and he's going trying to make as many runs as he can.
Right.
So he and his partner both drop their bats and their helmets, and then start off running. So basically, to help them run quicker, they've dropped a whole bunch of
Ooh,
their equipment.
okay.
Do you allow it?
Wow. I have often thought about it myself, but have never seen it. Interesting. I suppose then the argument is like, is it causing obstruction, isn't it?
Do you know what? That is pretty much spot on. If it's causing obstruction, then yes, that's a problem.
But if it's not, if
But
they
if it,
put it behind, I don't, yeah, like a bat and a helmet, not that they're cumbersome, but where would you put it for it not to be?
well,
It
it's just,
depends on,
I think it's just a case of if it's in the way of a field.
yeah,
If it's not, then technically there's nothing in the laws not allowing you to do it. So you could do it technically. The other thing to consider, which is we so often on this podcast come back to, is it in the spirit of the game? And basically, it's probably not in the spirit of the game. So the umpire should probably go and have a word with the captain and say, "Don't do that again. We
yeah,
can't technically stop you, but don't do it."
yeah,
So yeah, but no, there's actually nothing in the rules stopping you doing it if you if you wanted to. So you could drop your bat
interesting.
and I mean, to be honest, it's not the bat and helmet that get in the way of me. It's the pads. Pads
Yeah,
make it a flipping nightmare. You have to run like a penguin.
that is actually a really good point.
So yeah, no. But if you could have like tearaway pads that once you've hit it, you can take your pads off. That'd make me much quicker.
They
Um,
just need to make him small. Did you see Johnny Bairstow's pads that he had for the Pakistan test?
I did not know.
They go underneath his trousers.
Oh, nice. No, I didn't see that.
So you can, but obviously they're only for wicket keepers. You have to do a lot of
Yeah,
running
true.
really for
Yeah,
a wicket keeper. It'd be good if whoever's doing in the tech cricket pad scene,
yeah. You
that's
need something.
a bit more
You know,
compact.
it's true. But then you're not getting the coverage on your legs, are you? And you don't want 90 mile an hour bowling coming at you, do you?
No, definitely not. To be fair, I'd much rather take the cumbersome pads over, maybe football shin guards, for example, because getting a 40-mile one on the knee or the shin is not, it's not nice.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Cool. Right. Have you done the have you played our game for two can
I've
play
not
that game
played.
yet?
I've
You've
not
not played
played.
it yet.
No,
We'll
I've
come
not
back in the
played.
new year and play that. And I mean, to be honest, we've left people hanging for this one. It's a rubbish game as well. That's my review of it overall. I've very little more to say on it than that. We might come back with a bit of a double header of two can play that game in the new year. Then we'll play something over Christmas. We never know. We might get Christmas games for Christmas, might we?
Oh,
Is
Christmas
there anything on your
cricket games.
Christmas list? God, that's hard to say.
My cricket Christmas list.
Yeah, have you got anything on your cricketing Christmas list?
I was kind of looking at getting a new bat for the new season, but I it turns out it doesn't matter what bat I'm using, I'm still pretty awful. So I'm gonna oil my bat and de-sticker it and sticker it back on ready for sort of February March time and just leave the one that I've got.
Yeah.
And I'd potentially get some new shoes, potentially get a few pads. I might get an arm guard, and I might get like the thigh guard that you have.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
but
That definitely helps.
nothing. Yeah,
That
but
definitely helps.
nothing outside of that really.
I've said you need. The thing is, I always feel with it, like all the arm guard and all this, the rest of it is. I just feel very conscious that I have all of this equipment on, and like I feel like I might be being judged by other people out there, and yet I want all of the damn safety equipment I could possibly get. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's my only issue with it. So maybe I just need like extra large whites to cover up all of this. I'll come out like the Michelin man, but like no, I've just put up the window at Christmas. It's fine. Just have a full-on like bodysuit just to. God, I would
To
never be
be
running anywhere, would I? Jesus, it's boundary
to
or
be
nothing for me.
That's well, to be honest with you, some of like on the Saturday games, I don't care if I look like the Michelin Man or Mr. Blobby, as long as I'm safe, because I'm not taking a pelter to a pelter to the elbow, and I've been tempted in some games to be like, has anyone got a spare chest guard? Like, because it is lethal. So
Yeah.
no, I think probably a few kind of extra pads. I want like an arm guard. How about you? Is there
I,
anything on your wish
I
list?
think I'm probably with you that arm guard and chest guard are probably the next two that I need. And I
Yeah.
actually do need some more whites, but that's fairly dull. But yeah, I think they're probably my next two things that I want. But it
Mm.
just feels like so long since we've actually been able to play it, because I know you played a little bit in the summer, but I didn't, and it's just feels like forever. So I just want to get back out to it now.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for those that don't know, and well, for those who know and been listening to us for the year or so that we've been doing this,
Two
they
years.
are 2 years. Wow.
Yeah, it's coming up to about our 2 year anniversary in January, so
Oh my
look forward
goodness.
to a special episode. Well, there's probably not going to be a special episode, but there'll be an episode. So
They're all special dependent on your view of things. So in obviously with the lockdown, our nets have been taken away, and also they were being refurbished. So I scoped it out in the late sort of summer, and it was all kind of dug up. But hopefully by the new year, it should all be lovely, like new kind of fake. What's it called?
yeah, like
Like
astroturfy type,
AstroTurf, yeah,
which would be
all weather
good
stuff.
because
It's
it,
good.
it was in horrible state before, so that
Mm,
that's well needed. So that would be amazing. I mean, to be
yeah.
honest, I think by the time vaccines come and we're all allowed to do stuff again, I don't think you'll ever get us out of those nets, will you? I think that's going to
No,
be.
I'm so excited.
I think we might have to
Literally,
just be ripped away to do some work and then straight back at it. So yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, lots of cricket to kind of come. We'll be sure to share all our ridiculous
we will.
videos.
England, well, yeah, and stuff for England as well. England will be starting and playing in January, so we can talk a bit about that in the new year. And then as soon as we start up again, yeah, we need to get some more videos and stuff. I did just rediscover our YouTube channel the other day, which has got a few videos of us playing
You
ridiculous
just put
ways.
stuff of me just being
That's because
ridiculous, I
I
think.
film it, if you film some stuff, I put stuff of me up there, but you never do any of the filming. So, yeah, add that to my list of credits on this thing as well as film director.
Filmer, editor, legal, producer. Well, I'll
Um,
tell you what then. I'll tell you what. That's going to be my New Year's resolution. I am going to, in the new year for Wrong End, do some filming,
that sounds good.
potentially
That
try and
sounds
do some
perfect.
more umpiring because you've always taken the lead on that and get used to the funny signals.
That sounds good.
And I will try and think of a new segment to
Oh, interesting. That sounds good.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going
That
to
sounds
think of
good.
those are my three cricket resolutions for this year.
Resolutions for this year. That sounds excellent. Yeah.
Oh, and to hit a six in every game of the six-a-side if we get a six-a-side this year.
I'm sure we'll get six aside this year. Yeah. I mean, I might have to personally organise it, but I'm damn well going to have a six aside this year. And yeah, that sounds good. Well, if I hit boundaries, if I hit a few boundaries in the six aside, I'll be happy. And I want to take wickets. I want to take a couple of wickets as well.
Yeah.
That's all I want. And yeah, I'll be happy with that. And we might, you never know, we might over Christmas, we might appear to people on Twitch and do a bit of Cricket 19 in as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, to be honest, we're all in tier. Well, we're both in tier 4 now, aren't we? So we can't go out, we can't see anyone, so we might as well virtually destroy each other on. Well, I'll just
Just virtually destroy me on Cricket 19. Yeah, thanks.
19. Yeah, sorry, Matt, but
Yeah.
get your practice in first. You'll be fine.
I think you should pick a worse team next game that we play, because to balance
I tell you what, I will pick the worst team, and you can pick the best team. We'll look it up before we start, and we'll do the best team versus the worst team. I'll be like,
USA versus India.
And mind you, I'll go worse than USA if I can. I will discover who the worst team is, and I will pick them. And I will pick all the worst players for that team.
Yeah.
And that might be close.
I like that.
So we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. But yeah, that sounds like a good challenge.
I'm on it. Any Cricket 19 enthusiasts, please feel free to post your suggestions of what cricket team Nimmo should put together, which is absolutely shocking, so that I have a fighting chance.
Yeah, that's it. And I might even put a poll out on Twitter of which is the team I should pick, and we'll let the people decide.
Like that.
And that sounds like a good plan.
Happy days.
Good times. Right, I think we're done for the year.
We're done for the year. Another year done.
Another year in the books. So thank you very much for everyone who's listened this year. We hope everybody has a really lovely festive season, whether that's Christmas, Hanukkah, or anything else that you care to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
But do stay safe, everybody. If you want to interact with us over the festive period, we will be on Twitter at Wrong End Podcast and Instagram at Wrong End Podcast. We're on YouTube and Twitch, and you can even, if you've got last minute shopping to do because you've left it to the last minute and want to go and buy some Wrong End of the Stick podcast merchandise, there's a link down in the description. You can also go and do that as well and get a face mask or a mug or a t-shirt or something for your nearest and dearest.
Or some socks.
Or some socks, yeah. I haven't ordered the socks yet. I need to get some socks. So yes. Go and do that and have some lovely festive presents with our faces on it. What more could you want?
Excelente.
Well, thank you very much for listening. And we will see you all in the new year.
Have a happy new year too. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.